will go to the background of the seminar, what is the point perspective of the seminar and what we are thinking about to get from the seminar. Bangladesh has emerged as a global denim powerhouse, driven by its skilled workforce, cost competitiveness, and resilience through adversity. Strategic investments, sustainability leadership, and overcoming early infrastructure and compliance challenges have positioned the country as a preferred sourcing destination for global brands. So from this position, how we think we can go into the future, how we can work together to have a better future. So that's the panel discussion point today. And I would like to go to Shakhat Maun Bhai and give a small brief about him, is that who he is. Shakhat Maun Bhai is a sourcing specialist in the country who has been serving this country for 20 years now. And from Bangladesh, he has been representing many brands to source their goods from Bangladesh. It doesn't end up in one brand or two brands. He has worked for many, many brands, and most prominent brands such as H&M, Levi's, and currently he is sourcing for Target Australia. And he's a major character in our country to find sourcing or source product from Bangladesh. He is regional merchandise manager for Target Australia. Shakhat Maun Bhai, thank you for your service to the country.
Thank you so very much, Arif.
Shakhat Maun Bhai, I have a question to you. The question is, my question is a little bit bigger. I hope the answer is not so small.
It's okay. It's okay.
My question is from the perspective of evaluation from basic garment production to high value denim, role of foreign investment and joint ventures, transformation in compliance and sustainability standard. From these three perspectives, my question to you is, what's the best part of sourcing denim from Bangladesh? Yeah, the perspectives are like evaluation from basic garments production to high value denim, role of foreign investment and joint ventures in Bangladesh, transformation in compliance and sustainability standard. These are the perspectives. My question to you is, what is the best part of sourcing denim from Bangladesh? What's the best part of sourcing denim from Bangladesh?
So, first of all, thank you so very much, Arif. So, you said a lot of good things about me. Even I don't know about that one as well. So, yes, serving in this trade for last more than 20 years is a great opportunity, I must say. And the way denim industry grow in Bangladesh, it is enormous growth that we have right at this moment. If you ask any part of the, any forum, you ask about Bangladesh, everybody know for the denim. Because the growth, the prospect that we had, and as of now, the continuous growth that we have, that is enormous. And the whole industry, every day we are growing, we are innovating something new from every point of view. Like the fabric sourcing, if I look back last 10 years, the innovation of the fabric development, earlier we used to be very dependent on the foreign fabric. Right now, I can say some of the fabric, even sometimes I am getting confused to see a fabric, whether it is Bangladesh or it is coming from Pakistan, India, or Turkey. Because there is a lot of improvement happening, lot of R&D happening, lot of energy actually we putting behind this to develop this industry to a level. And absolutely this credit goes to every people in this sector. And the most important things, we are heading towards the sustainability point of view, that we try to innovate. We try to innovate fabric itself is sustainable in a lot of way, like the composition, like the finish, both way. We are trying, thinking for the future for corporate social responsibility point of view. The washing should be sustainable as well, where actually we can have less water consume, less chemical consume, less, so everything sustainable, because we have to think about the future growth of the whole industry. So everything is now going towards that direction, and it is not the, it is the demand of the time, right at this moment. And why it is? because every brand is committed to their customers. So definitely, this is definitely whenever they are coming to any supplier or any manufacturer, that is their premium demand, because everybody thinking for the future, for the go green concept, that we have to use as much less water, chemical, and as well as manpower right at this moment, because that is also a significant impact for the sustainability point of view. So I have seen a continuous growth in everywhere, that people actually investing a huge. It's not only the machines, it's manpower. They do a lot of R&Ds. I think the most important thing is branding for Bangladesh. This is very, very important. I have seen a couple of occasions we are actually behind. We are much behind, because what actually we are good at, we cannot marketing it well. This is a very pretty things for everyone. So the most important things, what actually I feel that this is missing, a good collaborations. So just if I say about this denim exhibitions, so it was very rich earlier. I have seen, but somehow I have seen a disconnect here. Somehow I have seen a lapse. So if we all together holding the hands and clear about what is our vision for the future to growth about Bangladesh denim. And to be honest, if you think about the competitions, we are still is too fast. But it is not the end. Everybody trying to catch us, because it is a competitions. So if we stop, definitely we will be, our game is over. So there is a lot of people involved in this industry. So I really love to see the growth and prospect in future as well. Sorry, I'm taking a little more time, Arif.
No. We want to have a elaborate
But
answer.
sustainability is the most key important thing. Once again, I repeat that one. Every brand is looking for that one, because they are branding that one. The most important things, we have no unity. That whatever compliance things, whatever investment we have, do we get the right price for that one? We are not branding it well. That what new innovation, what the next level things we are doing right at this moment, and everybody thinking about it is free of cost. While the enormous investment is required for this kind of things. So we have to work hard. There is no doubt about that one. This is the demand of the industry. I know there is a lot of challenges with the political situation right at this moment. However, it is very, very important for us to handhold together to survive for the next level, because this is a continuous process and we have to improve our efficiency everywhere. Thank you so very much, Arif.
Thank you, Shagat Mohan Bhai. So the bottom line of the whole thing is we have almost everything. We are good in sustainability, but we have to be better in sustainability. And Shagat Mohan Bhai raised a question that we have to work from same vision and we have to go ahead. We have the exact right person today to ask this question, but we save the best for the last. I want to come to Amir Akhtar sir. He has been ambassador of Bangladesh for
Yes,
a
we
long
all
period.
anxiously waiting for that.
Mr. Amir Akhtar is ambassador for Bangladesh actually, because I will give an introduction of Mr. Amir Akhtar from my perspective. When I started my career in 2006, I was a trainee product developer. Comes to Arvind Fabric Mill from India, and in the meeting sits Mr. Amir Akhtar, Vice President. I was a trainee product developer and he was already Vice President of Arvind. So his title and his stature actually says everything that what he have done. He is one of the finest textile personalities in the world, not only in India, Bangladesh, but globally he is one of the finest textile experts that we have. I have a simple question to Mr. Amir Akhtar. My question is very simple, sir. You have seen Bangladesh for many years. I know you are seeing Bangladesh for last 19 years, but I am sure you know Bangladesh much earlier than that. My question to you is, how do you see the future for Bangladesh textile industry, mostly in denim, and how much change you have seen, is it better way? Is it in a bad way? And since you are representing and you are heading a big denim company from India called Jindal Denim, and you are president and CEO of Textile Worldwide of Jindal. My question to you is, how do you see the differences that Bangladesh had and how Bangladesh can do in the future, and how Jindal can support to that growth for Bangladesh? Thank you.
So, thank you very much, Arif. It has been an honor and privilege to work with you. And Arif has been very kind when he said that he was a trainee and I was at a different level. But you know what we learned from denim industry is that denim is a great leveler. There's no senior, there's no junior, there's no elite, there is no sort of entry level. Denim makes everyone brings everyone to the same platform. So denim is a great leveler, in a slightly philosophical way, right, Arif? So it's a great industry to be in. And I'm really thankful to be here, to sort of be with you all, to share a certain point of view. As far as Bangladesh, to answer your question, Arif, as far as Bangladesh is concerned, I think what Bangladesh has achieved is really, really commendable. It is really, really commendable. The scale that Bangladesh has achieved, the stature that Bangladesh has achieved, is I truly believe is commendable. And to your question as to why and how it has happened, I believe there are 3 or 4 factors that have driven this. First and the foremost is the vision of the leaders, right? I think Bangladesh industry has been blessed to have some really, really great visionary leaders, and I have been blessed to have interacted very closely, with such leaders, to see their vision, to see their commitment. People like, if I would like to name, Nasir Sir, right? Pacific Jeans, right? I have had the privilege of sitting with him in meetings and where there's a presentation going on, and like a child, like a curious child taking notes, small details. He's taking notes, physically taking notes, sitting next to me, trying to understand the customers, trying to understand the brand. So I think commendable people, visionary leaders. They say in Urdu, there's a share which says that हजारों साल नरगिस अपनी नूरी पे रोती है, बड़ी मुश्किल से होता है चमन में दीदावर पैदा. So leaders like these are very difficult to find, and I think a great sort of great let's say regard for such leadership, which has driven the Bangladesh industry. That's number 1. Number 2, I believe the demographics of Bangladesh. So when I say demographic, it's not just about people, right? So it's the kind of people, the quality of people, the density of people, so the dexterity of people, the sort of the gender ratio. So the way Bangladesh has really used the workforce, and once again, great inclusivity. So what brands talk about, what brands want, one can see that on ground, that you have women, workers, you have all kinds of, the inclusivity and diversity is seen in the workforce. And I think that has been a great driver of business in Bangladesh. So the demographics, that is another thing. Third thing I would say is great collaboration between the industry and the establishment. So the government and the industry really working together to promote business for the country and bringing business to the country. And we have a leadership here, ma'am, and we were talking before we got onto the stage as to how she's promoting business for the country. So these 3-4 factors, and finally one more factor, I believe, has been historically before the WTO, right? During the quota regime, once the WTO came in and quota regime went away. Before that, Bangladesh had quotas for bottoms, right? So Bangladesh was able to invest in bottoms, and Bangladesh was able to sort of grow that industry because Bangladesh had access to the global market on bottoms. So that was another good reason for Bangladesh to grow. So that I think is as far as the reasons for Bangladesh doing so well, and I see no reason why this momentum would not continue. I see this momentum continuing and Bangladesh continuing to do well. That's my response to your question, first part of the question. Second part, as what Jindal or India, can do. So I firmly believe that not only about this part, but globally, industries, companies, countries have progressed on the power of ecosystems. Our industry is all about ecosystem, right? And so if it could be a case of Europe and Turkey, it could be a case of Mexico and US. Globally, it has been collaborations, it has been ecosystems, and I believe India offers a great ecosystem to service Bangladesh, to work, to collaborate with Bangladesh. India, if you really see the strengths of India, which is sort of, which is all in terms of data, largest exporter of cotton, so very large cotton base, and denim is primarily a cotton-driven product. So, similarly, a very large viscose base, one of the largest players of manufacturers of viscose in the country, the Birlas. One of the largest players of polyesters, so Reliance, that is there. So if you see the fibers, because almost 80% of the variable cost of denims, by and large, rule of thumb, is raw material. So if you see raw material, which is cotton, viscose, polyesters, so India is a very large and efficient producer of these raw materials. That's number one. Within this raw material now, as we speak, and we got a view that there has been a huge change when it has come to ESG, which is environment, social, and governance. So this whole thing about sustainability. So now, earlier on we used to speak about cotton, but now it is beyond that. It is region agri cotton, it is organic cotton, it is Primark certified cotton, it is all kinds of cotton, right? So it is no longer just cotton, recycled cotton, post-consumer recycled cotton, post-industrial recycled cotton, so things like these. Similarly in polyesters, now there's like recycled polyesters, there are micropolyesters. So India, to answer your question, Arif, is a great partner for Bangladesh, because we are 10 days away, we are 12 days away. Once again, commercially, purely on commercial basis, if you want to import something from a country which has to access you by sea, then you have to have containers, you have to have minimum order quantities. India, you're servicing by road, right? So you fill up a truck and it goes. You don't even have to wait for a full container load. So economics work very well. So I think these are the strengths of India, and India has been traditionally a good partner to Bangladesh for business. And I see that collaboration, becoming stronger and purely on its merit. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for a clear answer. I have a question. I will ask you later on. I want to know about how we can collaborate on the fibers and everything. Now, we will come to our main guest, the guest that we were waiting for her to speak. Ms. Baby Rani Kormakar is Director General of Export Promotion Bureau, Bangladesh. And she has been a huge, how do I say, a civil servant for Bangladesh for many years. She have created big business trades for Malaysia and China with Bangladesh. She has been in the civil servant work from 2001. And she is a graduate from Melbourne University. And to be honest, I think she's one of the finest civil servant we have in the country. And she's, don't go for the look, huh? She is crazy good. So don't go into that. We want to see her brain, how she is thinking, how she is going ahead. I have a very big question to her. My question is really big. And my question, I will go for the perspective of my question first. Bangladesh R&D and textile sector has weathered many challenges and undergone significant transformation over the years. As a leader in this space, how do you see the past shaping the present, and what milestone and opportunities lie ahead as we move towards a more resilient and innovative future? So my question is, how do you see the past is reflecting today, and how should we move forward, and what kind of challenges we have in the future? And then I will follow another question to you. I'm not letting you go easily.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon to you all. Just day before yesterday, I was listening to the leaders on a webinar by Harvard Business Review, and it was on future of business. Very relevant to where we are today. So the future of business, they were talking about what type of leadership is necessary now in the situation where geopolitical, environmental, and social issues are constantly very uncertain and shifting. So in any industry, how the leader will grip not only the business but also the purpose for the industry and also for the people, for the consumer. Because any industry that thinks only for profit, not for the consumer and for the associate, I mean the employee, actually cannot sustain in the world. So when I was listening to them, I just feel like, oh, that's so similar like what I feel when I think of the apparel industry in Bangladesh. Because the history of apparel in Bangladesh, including denim, of course, is the history of continuous narrating, continuous re-narrating the strategy and struggle of our country. So denim is also on the same footing. So the way denim is evolving is not only like providing what you love to say like affordable, competitive, but also setting that strategy and also, sort of leadership, what you do, you are very humble not to acknowledge, but I think that leadership, what the Harvard webinar was talking about, the leadership is to understand the market in any uncertain situation and to project what you are going to do with the people, for the people. So I think denim industry is well ahead of that. I will not talk about the market size, which I have, because as EPB, we have the statistics, which I can cite like uh, our journey, sorry, I am just reading from the statistics. I don't want to make mistake. So our journey in denim is not just about fabric, it's about foresight, resilience, and relentless pursuit of excellence. Bangladesh, once an emerging player, is now an undisputed global leader in denim production and exports. I'm saying production and exports because you, I wanted to see you a leader. You say no, I don't. I just want to be a manufacturer and something. But in every sector, people excel. So we do not just make denim; we make statements. And our narratives of sustainability, of creativity, and of confidence. I say that it's in any situation, this industry is confident because they zoom in and zoom out, top, bottom, bottom up. They understand what's going on. So that is the, the leadership. That's very important at this moment in the world. So our apparel sector continues to be the engine of our export success. In financial year 2024 to 2025, the Bangladesh's total goods exports reached about US dollar 48.28 billion, of which apparel contributed over US dollar 39.34 billion. And that steady growth projected across both the EU and US markets. Bangladesh retains its position as the world's second largest apparel exporters. Yet, what makes our story truly unique is how sustainability and competitiveness now go hand in hand with 268 LEED certified green factories, and Bangladesh stands proudly #1 in the world. So, saying all this, I wanted to mention that it's the governance. The industry actually, develop a governance system. So when I say that it's governance, it has all the tools and strategies to stand and to project and to make a new narrative in any situation. That is the hope, and that we should keep in our heart all the time. And what was your next question? Sorry, I should write it.
The basic question is answered actually.
Okay.
How we see the future coming.
Yes.
What are the hurdles?
We create the future. we create the future, because I mentioned that we understand where the market is going. We understand the uncertainty. Our leaders like you and you, the person sitting beside me, you understand what to do, how to do, and you understand the whole dynamics of the industry. So that's what is the strength, I think.
Thank you. Big round of applause. Ma'am, I'm not letting you go. I will continue the same question that Mamun Bhai asked to us, that what is our vision in the near future and how can we have unified textile industry and how can we have a more prominent way of working towards our vision or goal. How, as a leader of that area, from question is you to ma'am. The question is for you. No, the question is for you. So what is our vision? What should be our vision in the future, and how can we be more unified, and how can we work together to achieve the target that we need to have? Since you are the leader for us in this industry, we want to know from you that what should be the way we work, what is our vision for upcoming days?
First of all, I will say that I'm not a leader. I am the person behind you, the leaders. So I understand the way you behave in the industry. So what I think, like when I just visited some of the fairs in the world where I think like our presence should be very bold, should be collective, and should be bold, and that's the first point. The other point is, for example, as this gentleman sitting beside me is a leader. He said that this place was very vibrant. Why it's not that level today? Maybe we need to embrace more people, not only the people who are working in the industry, but also who are the consumer. I think that we need to connect with the consumers more, because the people, the industry who can connect to the consumer with them can go very smoothly and go very fast. So collective effort is very important. In any fair, if we just brand our country collectively, not in, my company is this, my company is that, that may be, separate identity because you are branding your product, but at the same time, there may be a very big demonstration of, the country. That is important. And in our country, we project our export and everything with consultation with all the stakeholders like you, all the leaders. So when we set the target like we will export this figure, there is no mistake, I think, because it is done through consultation. But the thing is how we implement, how we try to materialize, that means the process where, which is very important. The process of working collectively should be very qualitative. The process that we together want to connect and work together, that process's quality needs to be very strong. That is important.
Thank you. Thank you.
If you allow me, I would like to, one thing actually coming on my mind, that this industry is the backbone of the whole country right now. So we have to protect ourselves. So it is coming on my mind that a huge number of people actually involved with this industry. So a political involvement should not impact any way. That this is the most important part right at this moment. Because our tradition is, anyway, we always try to get the advantages from any parts, and the huge workforce that we have involved in this industry, it can be easily manipulated. So that is actually expectation from everywhere, that we have to safeguard ourselves in order to save our whole backbone.
Thank you, Shagat bhai. Thank you. Coming back to you, Shagat bhai, I have a simple question. The prices are getting really competitive. if you could suggest us one or two points that how we can tackle this situation. Is it a bad thing? Is it a good thing? Or how, like every day we listen, this price is not good, that price is not good. So as an sourcing specialist, you must be having this problem every hour. So how do you think, or give us one or two points that can be followed to tackle this situation? Thank you.
Basically, it's a universal problem. It's a universal problem. It's not only problem for Bangladesh, it's a problem for whole industry all around the globe. Because the people who is going to buy that one, all the retailers, they'd like to buy with a less amount so that they can maximize their profitability. So always, no matter what development we made, whatever technology we improve, whatever efficiency we gain, they always try to get the benefit out of it. Okay, so this is unavoidable, and every time we are coming back to Bangladesh because of the cheap price. To be honest, if we compete with any other, like compete with China is the biggest player in this whole show, and Bangladesh, where actually we are behind because they are very much innovative. They have speed. We cannot compete. But because of the overhead, because of the manpower, labor, this is very cheap. Still, we are very competitive. But we have, I just give you one example. I've been last week in Shanghai and I visited one of the supplier. I have seen there the average age of the whole worker is around 40. Whereas if you go to any of the industry in Bangladesh, any garments factory, you have seen the average workforce is less than 25 or 20, something around that one. Yes, some of you can have a small portion of the people who's actually more than 40 ages, but Bangladesh average worker ages is very less. So we have to train them well. If you compare about the efficiency with Vietnam, compare about the efficiency with India, compare about the efficiency with China, we are way behind. So where is the gap? We have to find out, because whenever we can have a better efficiency, we can even better compete with the prices. It's not like that whatever existing prices we have, we can make some value over that one. We can make something good with the product, with the value, so that it attract the customers. And it's required nowadays a huge demand, because all the retail brand, it is very expensive for them to use their own design. So they want design from the supplier side. So here we have a lot of opportunity where actually we have to invest a lot of money, which definitely building in our cost structure. So surviving would be very difficult. So here I would like to say that one thing we can do, we can improve the efficiency. We can develop our own sources, like whenever because the speed is important. Price is always not important. Price is of course important, but speed is important for them. Because I have seen nowadays the trend is changing frequently. The weather in the Western world is also unpredictable because the global warming situations. So if we still thinking about 120 days would be the right lead time for the Bangladesh industry, end of the day we are nowhere. So cost is very important, and we have to understand, because I have seen sometimes, like I can give one example. So we have a costing analyze team. I have seen a couple of cases. This is my practical experience, that a product price is less than $4. I have checked that one, what would be the right price for that one. I have seen that, okay, he is giving average prices, $4 is okay. But when it is in front of any 2-3 supplier, or there is any bidding, people are ultimately reducing the prices up to $3.30, $3.40. And who's doing this program year after year, he is also reducing, because otherwise he will lose the business. Because at the end of the day, he has to think about filling the capacity as well. So capacity balance is very important. Right at this moment, it is very challenging for any supplier to keep their existing prices, because there is a competitions. And if you cannot survive in these competitions, you will be out from the business. And you have to shut down. There is a lot of industry already shut down because they cannot survive. So this is one thing, and another thing is we have to understand what is the real prices. Somebody sometimes quoting the underquote and take the business, but he cannot do the profit. But he has to understand what is the market price. So this is most important. We have to understand between us, because when it is right now, if you consider about the overall capacity and the buying pattern, it is absolutely buyer's market. But it can be flip all around. Anytime, whenever order coming flow would be higher, then it is become a suppliers. A lot of cases I can remember 5 years back, suppliers saying, sorry, up to June, I am booked, so I cannot give you any capacity. Right now, you ask any supplier, nobody will say that one. They said, okay, any new product I can develop, I am happy to do that one. No matter price is a separate discussion, because he is thinking about the capacity. So we have to be very reasonable, rational about what the right capacity that we have. Because I have seen without any proper planning, we are increasing the capacity. We are thinking a lot of things. Now we are under capacity. The benefit goes to buyer. Supplier is not getting the benefit here. So we have to be very smart about what actually we are doing, and we have to be very good at marketing. It is not every platform we have to have the made in Bangladesh branding itself, that it is investing a lot of money. Just I give one example. Accord Airlines, they invest a huge amount with every factory. So what Madam said, more than 200 green factories now in Bangladesh. Is it without any investment? Are we getting the money from the product itself? So we have to branding somewhere that it has a cost. Madam.
Thank you.
So if you allow me, I want
Yes,
to
ma'am. Yes, please.
resonate what this leader, I should say, just said. For example, if we want to be competitive, we have to be very specific about what skill sets we need to inculcate among our employees, because it is also a sort of empowering them to make a value-added product, to train them, and government is also investing on training. And another thing is technology. We cannot ignore that. Technology reduces the time and saves also money and time. So we cannot ignore that. But that's why blending this training and technological integration is important. And also, I agree 100% with him, maybe 100 plus. I agree with him, like we have to be selective in some area where we need to brand for high value product, because we have developed a lot of story. Our stories are, people learn and people come here to research to know our story. So we need to sell our story, like how from scratch we develop, and then again we feel uncertainty. We handle them with resilience, with new skills, new attitude, and new leadership. So that story is for the world. We need to sell that story. It's not only clothes, but also story, and that's very important.
Thank you, madam. So another thing, sir, just one more point.
No
so we
problem.
have to invest on the technology, like AI. We have to invest 3D, where actually we can reduce the overall sampling things, and which actually building the overall cost structure higher. So wherever we can reduce the prices, because end of the day you have to bidding with the different region, so that you will be competitive and your product is lucrative. So if we have this good marriage, I think the prospect will be enormous coming in the future.
Thank you, Shagat bhai. Thank you, ma'am. I actually wanted to know from Mr. Amir Akhtar sir that how he is handling this price competitive situation, but somehow I have a different question for you in my mind. I'm sorry, maybe it's a complete opposite direction question. It's from my experience, what I feel Bangladesh, we have a little bit of, it's a fact that we don't have enough raw material. It's a fact in Bangladesh, we don't have enough raw material. But in other hand, India have very good amount of raw material supply. And in the cotton division, of course, you are one of the pioneer in the world. How much we are collaborating with Indian raw material, and what do you think how much we can go ahead? Because we are neighboring countries. So if we can have a tight collaboration, close collaboration, doing R&D together, I feel we can fill in the blanks in many different ways. Since you are a leader of the industry and you are a pioneer, you should be having a complete different perspective, not different perspective, to the point perspective, appropriate perspective. Please give us a small insight from there.
Sure, thank you. So, as far as the raw materials are concerned, a big paradigm shift that one is seeing in the industry, and which I believe is really important to focus on for all of us to, for the health of the industry to improve, is to see that this raw material from the transition of raw material from commodity to evolved raw material, right? And if we are able to be a part of that journey together, because otherwise raw material will continue to be a commodity. For example, basic cotton will be a commodity, basic viscose will be a commodity. So commodity will play on its own commodity dynamics, right? So commodity prices are purely sort of, are published prices, they're discovered prices as far as commodity is concerned. But the moment you start sort of, looking at commodity shifting into, evolving into value-added products, that's where the whole industry can benefit from multiple points of view. One is, as Mr. Mamoon rightly said, that when you are doing a value-added product, the customer is willing to pay more because the customer is willing to, sell it at slightly better prices. So the whole supply chain benefits. So innovation always helps. Always helps you, get customers, retain customers, and also get better margins in the business. So within the various categories of raw material that you have, if one can look at the value-added segments out of that, and to answer your question specifically, say for example, this whole thing about recovering from used, either post-industrial or post-consumer. So there's a lot of, let's say, garment manufacturing in Bangladesh, where there'll be a lot of wastage. I mean, if that waste, or which could be pre-industrial, post-industrial, I mean, how can that sort of get converted back? How can that get blended with the right kinds of other raw material? Because it's not just about taking waste, it's also blending it with right kind of virgin raw material, and then sort of, either mechanically or chemically, and then proposing the right options to the customers in the right price points. I think that's where the real collaboration has to happen. So that's where a lot of value addition can happen. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Now we go to the audience. If anyone have any question, please raise your hand. I already have too many questions to ask, but I want to have questions from the audience. If anyone wants to ask any of our panelists any question. Anyone? Looks like yes.
Thank you, Mr. Arif. I'm Rubayat from Target Australia merchandising team. First of all, actually this panel consists of three different types of people. One from a buying side, one from a manufacturer, and another is researcher. So I would definitely not lose the opportunity to ask a off-track question and on-a-track question. That is, first one is that we are talking about technology, then also we are talking about confidence, but being a manufacturer of denim, the largest exporter in the world, why we are unable to choke the buyer in development? Like being on the buying side, we are getting some developments, but we have some good manpower in Bangladesh who can develop by themselves and put it on the table of the buyers. But we are actually making developments out of their standards. So where is the lacking? It is the technology or the manpower or any other facts? It is a question to all the panel members.
Everybody will not be able to answer it.
Any one of them. Any one of them can answer.
Should I transfer it to your boss?
Sure.
So, to be honest, so what actually he said, this is actually the pain that we are having. So, design input is very important. So as I said before, so it's not only we thinking about the cost structure. Retail side, they are also thinking about the cost structure, how they can minimize the overall overhead so that they can, it will be impact on the profitability. And they have better margin, because end of the day, everybody running the business for the money. So there is nothing free of cost. Whatever we are saying about sustainability, end of the day, if selling well, everything well. If selling is not good, everything is not good. So what actually Rubaiyat says, this is actually our inherited characteristic problem in Bangladesh, that what actually we are good at, we cannot present it. This is, first of all, this presentation is not good. Though we have a resources, this is most pathetic part. Another part actually we have, here actually we have a lackings. I have seen that a lot of supplier also nowadays hiring the foreign designer. They design the innovations, but I have seen a good brand in Bangladesh like Aron. They are very good, a bunch of designer. They are, but their product actually a customer focused product, which is very much well accepted if you see, look back. So here I feel that we have a big gap where actually we have to think once again how we can improve that one, because every retail site, they are actually cutting the all extra fats, so they cannot afford the design manpower, which is very costly. So they want something ready on the platters. So we have to get the things done. So this is absolutely, that is why what I said before, we have to invest in the right place. And we have marketing on that one as well. Let's see, I am showing you the design. This is within your cost structure, because if I develop something which is not fitted in with the customer, because every brand has its own price structure. If I give more than that one, they cannot afford that one. It is wastage of my money, wastage of energy, wastage of everything. So we have to, whenever we develop, we have to think about what actually we are going to present, whether it is trend focus or not. Nowadays I have seen a lot of marketing people going all around the globe. Even sometimes I cannot communicate with them, because they are, every time I have seen that people is traveling to all around the world. What actually they are having over there? They are having, they can see what actually industry, the retailers looking at. So what Rubai is saying, I am absolutely accepted, but yes, as a whole, we are in the right path. I have seen a lot of supplier, we are investing a lot, trying to develop their R&D. It is reaching, day by day, it is reaching to a level where actually it is comparable. Yes, this gap should be easily managed if we are well aware, because if you don't know what is my weakness, I cannot work on that one. So this is absolutely a weakness. I feel that the industry will work on that one, and Arif is one of the key person who is also trying to do that one, so far as I remember.
Thank you. Ma'am, maybe you want to mention something.
Yeah, first, I just want to say that the gentleman is very generous. He didn't point anyone. He just threw a free question for anybody to grab. So I grabbed the part, like, actually I just sometimes feel like we have very good architecture in our country. And we have also very good filmmaker. So creative people are here. So, and also now we have University of Fashion and Technology. So if we want to include something like hire a very good brand, fashion designer, and to collaborate with the university, like, okay, teach how to make your own design or how to do something very creative, that's possible for us. But at the same time, I just feel like, as you mentioned about Arong, connecting the consumer. Consumer is not a separate entity. They are your associate. If I just feel like, because you know I am a very loyal customer. Yes, my host. So I'm a very loyal customer. You know, just a case. If you just feel like it's a case, the way I am loyal is I like this brand, so I go to them. Even if I just feel like, oh, it's not there, but I just request, can you make it for that? Because the trust is developed. Because they connect me. If I ask something, they try to do it. So I think connecting the consumer with the industry is also another dimension. Industry is not isolated being. Industry with the people who make the costume and the people who wear, people who design, all are like a family. So connecting and somehow listening to them is also important from my own perspective. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. 1 minute of self-marketing because the question is very relevant to me. I have launched a design factory where I only do design and I sell designs only. And I can create around 50 pieces of denim design every day, 10 pieces of t-shirt and 10 pieces of light oven designs every day. And alhamdulillah, I'm selling it and my products are in display in the downstairs. So that's the self-marketing. I'm trying to fill the blank of the market, but I have a question for you. Can you buy my design?
That was the choking point of my question, that yes, we are not able to buying the new designs on the market.
The problem is, my designs are ready to be sold. My designs are ready with soft copies, recipes, everything. But no buying companies, like sourcing companies or brands, have no formula in Bangladesh to buy samples. They can go to European stores, they can go to Italian stores, they can go to anywhere in the world and buy samples from big brands, but they cannot buy samples from a design factory. That formula does not apply in a brand. So there are certain problems for me, but I'm trying to overcome them. And let's see, and most of the time Bangladeshi samples are free of cost, that's why nobody have the value for the sample. Any more question from anyone?
Arif, I have to add.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Give us a
On your point, to be honest, that we have to change the culture itself. If we have a good collaborations with the design set, because whenever any supplier go to the buyers meeting, they know after the meeting, they have a feedback that what is actually lacking with their presentations, where actually they need to improve their self. When they clearly understood they don't have the resource to develop the way actually buyer want, they need to have a collaboration. If this collaboration mindset is not there, is a problem. And this gap actually Rubaiyat is talking about, that we have a huge gap where this could be easily managed if we have a collaborative approach with you have a design studio, you can give the support, but people is not coming back to you. How you can improve? How they can improve their self as well. So this is what it is, where actually we need to change our mindset, how we can deal with the challenges. There will be plenty of challenges we have, and there is no one size fit for all. We have to find out an alternative solution so that we can hit the target.
Thank you, Maure, thank you. Yeah.
I just find that there are a lot of young people. So you have heard about Arca fashion, sometimes they arrange the, exhibition, and I just discover that, young people are humming there. So people are interested in new things and they're wearing. So where is the problem? In Arca, people are going, all the young people are going. They are buying whatever they are preparing. They are buying it. What's that?
Arca is a different story. Arca is not directly directed to our industry. They have a different segment of working way. It's more into the domestic area.
Boutique, it's like a boutique, right? Boutique,
yeah, I've been part of Arca show. I participated there to learn what they are doing. So yes, we are almost out of time. We will take only this question. I hope it's a small question, please.
So, my question is to Baby Rani Kormokar. So, this industry is a $1 trillion industry, and Bangladesh is playing like from 35 to 45 or 50 billion. So, what actions or like plan we are doing to penetrate to the new markets? As you know, the differences between China and Bangladesh are huge. The Bangladesh is playing second. But what are the actions or plan we are taking, like through embassies or like in near futures, if you could like answer. And my another question to, let me introduce. This is Khalid from Target Australia Sourcing Limited. And my another question to Mr. Shakhawat. You know that there is a huge pressure to the owners of the Bangladesh industry, apparel industry, that taking state-of-the-art technologies, investing more and more on the machineries. But what we feel that sometimes apparel retailers are not going to pay more for the technology or like what the industry is like adding to evaluate their product. I feel that Shakwat Mamun is representing the apparel retailer over here, not as a part of like Target Australia or like any particular thing. So that's the question.
Thank you, thank you.
Madam, you
Ma'am,
first.
The
You first.
competitive question was already answered because we are out of time already. We are past out of our time. We will finish with your first question, and the competitive cost price issue we have discussed for many minutes. So we'll not give that question a priority. Ma'am, if you can.
So I can just share that, for LDC graduation, the ministry with the stakeholders, they are working on different partnership agreements for accessing different markets and also be stable in different market. And as you were talking about embassies, we have the commercial wings and embassies are there. So there are fair, every year we ask the association and also our foreign mission abroad to mention some fairs which is new, where our diversified product can display. So we try to collect that in new information so that people who are interested to go there, we can facilitate them. That is one point. The other one is, of course, as I mentioned, that is zero, for example, at GSP, we are enjoying now the facilities, which will not be there after some time. So we are trying to complete some agreements with the different countries so that our product gets some facilities. So that's what I can tell at this moment. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much to our guests for pointing out many of the good things and the tasks that we have in the future to complete it.